Hey, Erica. Thank you so much for joining us today on Community Conversations to tell us a little bit about your business, Green Garden. So please, for those of us who may not know.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. So my name is Erica. I own the Green Garden Child Development Center. We are a high quality early childhood, preschool, and childcare program. We serve infants through preschool age. Typically this year we also added a school age like virtual learning support program, just because with every other small business in the area, we've kind of pivoted our approach and met the needs of our clients. And many of them who had kiddos who are school age that needed that extra support, we are now bringing them in and doing virtual learning support in our classroom here. So
excellent. So you have the students are coming in and they're actually doing their online learning in your facility.
Yeah, so we've set up a classroom and we have 2 designated teachers actually that work with that group and help to make sure they're getting on their Zooms on time and completing all their assignments, and really just helping to walk them through their school day. So it's been kind of cool to see like all of that in action and how we've figured out and developed that to support the kids this year. But it's essentially they're doing their virtual learning from their home district and we're just doing it in our classroom to support our working families that we have at Green Garden.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I was unaware of your business, but I imagine there is a huge need for that. We have a 6-year-old here at home and I'm working, my husband's working, my daughter's Zooming into her class, and it's a small amount of chaos here, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I think our school age parents this year have been the hardest hit with this. I mean, of course, everyone's experiencing in their own way, but those kids that are at home, like they, need to be learning and staying in school so they're not falling behind. And for working parents like us, it's been really hard. So it's been an interesting experience kind of learning how that all works, but it's been really good that we're able to support, those kiddos and those families.
Got it. And where's your business located?
So we have 5 campuses, actually. We have 2 in Madison Heights, 2 in Hazel Park, and we just opened our newest in Huntington Woods. That's at like 11 Mile and Woodward area.
Oh my, wow.
Yeah.
So this is a very large operation.
It is, yeah, we keep growing. So we've been in existence for about close to 9 years. I started as in-home daycare when my son was an infant. He just turned 10 recently, so I guess closer to 9.5 years now. So we did it in my home in Ferndale for about a year, and then we've just continued to grow in the commercial space since 2012. So yeah, opening up the 5th location this year, which was really not something we were going after, just kind of became available as another center was closing just from the results of their experience during COVID. And we had the opportunity to acquire that center to open our 5th location. And it's great because it's always been a target area for us. Many of our families live in that area. So now we're able to kind of meet their location needs a little bit better too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So folks on the Woodward corridor can just zip in, zip out on their way into the office, or even some families, I imagine, are struggling to work from home and also get their child onto Zoom and doing all the things. So it still is a relief valve for that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and our kids, I mean, even our little ones, like the social and emotional impact of being at home with parents and not having interactions with friends has been huge. So we even have parents who are working from home and say, yeah, I probably could keep them with me, but like their, well-being depends on that social interaction. And so having them in a quality environment where they can interact with peers their age and have opportunities to learn and explore has been really critical, for our kiddos. So many of them, during the original shutdowns and things like that did stay home for some time, but we've heard again and again from families how it really truly was impacting like those children's mental health. And so getting them back in their school family has been really important to them. So it's been an interesting year for all of us, but we're happy to be here and support, those kids. And we've obviously pivoted and added a lot of safety protocols and extra cleaning and things like that to ensure a safe and clean environment. But it's been really good to, again, get those kiddos back in their family at school here and learning and exploring all day long.
I love it. So I love that you've pivoted and find a way to thrive and grow, adding a new location during what are very spirited times and a little bit of uncertainty, but you're providing certainty to families, right? And a way to operate. And part of that is still allowing the child to get a great education, because doing it online without support from a parent, if the parent is also needing to be online doing their 9 to 5, I notice sometimes my daughter's getting lost, right? Well, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to navigate to that room, or, it's not working, or any of those things. And if I'm tied up, and, it's always troubling. So tell us a little bit about before COVID. What did your business look like? I know it's so hard to remember. It feels like forever ago, but
I don't even remember.
Exactly. Tell
Yeah.
us how your business functioned and what made it unique then. What made it grow from,
Yeah.
in a home daycare business into 4 locations at the time?
Sure. So yeah, I mean, it definitely looks a little different now. So it is kind of funny to remember, like, what did it look like pre-COVID? But some of the things that are unique about Green Garden, I mentioned, that we're learning, even with our infants and toddlers, it's a learning environment. So we're not just like your typical daycare that's just gonna like feed and change their diapers and maybe play a few games with them throughout the day. Like we're focused on learning objectives from the time they join us at 4 weeks until they graduate pre-K and head off to kindergarten. We take a play-based, hands-on approach to learning. So we are learning, but a lot of it is done through play. So sometimes to the untrained eye, you walk in, you're like, it just looks like chaos in here. But our classrooms and our teachers all really know that the play that we are participating in has a purpose. So we're maybe playing in blocks, but we're learning about math skills and science and language and different things as we're playing through that. So play is a big part of what we do at Green Garden. One of the really unique things about us is the green in our name really stands for something, and it's all about being earth friendly and earth conscious, using natural products. We serve a completely organic and vegetarian diet, which no one else in this area is doing anything close to that. We have natural playgrounds. So instead of like the plastic climbers and metal structures and things like that, we use tree logs and boulders and berms and hills and gardens and things like that. One of the things that most of our families just love about Green Garden is something that I always love talking about is we have chickens that we raise with the kids. So we have chicken coops in our playgrounds. It's just kind of another area that we can bring nature and expose them to the natural world, versus just like looking at flowers and things like that, which are great. And we have gardens as well, but they get to help raise chickens and collect eggs and catch bugs for the chickens and learn about life cycles and learn empathy by caring for animals. So there's a lot of unique things that we do, but having that more natural approach, both in our play, in the meals that we serve, cleaning products and toys that we have, but also our playgrounds. We spend a significant portion of our days outside, even in the winter months. That really, I think, makes a difference for our kiddos and their experience in early childhood to be immersed in that natural world and learn from and with nature.
I love it.
There's a lot more I can
everything
brag about,
that.
but those are some of the things that I'm most proud about at Green Garden.
So if we are interested in learning more about your organization, what's the best way to go about that? Do we schedule a visit or is there an application process?
Yeah, absolutely. So the best way to learn more about us is hop on our website and read a little bit about our history and our curriculum and our approach. It's greengardencdc.com. From there, there's a contact us box, so you can reach out to whatever campus you're most interested in, and one of the directors will get back in touch with you and schedule a tour if you want to come in person. Currently, we're only doing after hours tours because we are limiting visitors inside during the day when children are there, but we have opportunities available for tours all week long at our campuses. You also can hop on our socials. So we're on Facebook and Instagram, and it's just at Green Garden CDC. And we try to post updates of some of the cool things the kids are doing and stuff our staff is up to, and just that behind the scenes info about what's happening within the programs here.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being a resource for so many families that are trying to figure out their own pivot. And you pivoting to grow your business and thrive in somewhat uncertain times. So congratulations on your success and your new location on Woodward Avenue in Huntington Woods. And welcome to the Woodward Corridor. I love it. So thank you so much, Erica. Green Garden.
Great to meet you. Thanks for your time.
You too. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.